What I loved most about writing Darkness Falls and what drew me to the desk to get back to the computer every day, more than any book ever had, was the fact that I could really put myself in the position of the characters and go on the adventure with them. And that was always kind of a fantasy for me when I watched the movies that were in post-apocalyptic settings, was what would I do? What would I do in that setting? And I got a chance with this book to actually find out. And it was a very cool experience. The story is actually about four women who happen to be in the city of Seattle when there's a apocalyptic event. Now, I don't want to give away everything, but basically knocks out all electricity, which means they have trouble getting down from the tower and they have to get out of the big city. And so there's a lot of adventure in it. But the two couples are definitely romantic tropes. People who do read it really fall in love with both elements, the action adventure and the romance. I was inspired to write this book because I had just released my first novel, Rescue Your Heart, which was set in space. And I didn't want to do the sequel right away. I wanted to do something completely different. I was actually driving my car to try to think of something because that helps me come up with ideas. And I was on the way to the coast, to Astoria actually, where the book is set. And I had this idea that why not write something in a genre that I personally love. I love post-apocalyptic survival stories. And I watch all the movies and I've read all the books and going way back to some of the classics on the beach. And I thought, why not do that? Why not have women characters do it? Women who are in love with women characters be in this setting. And so I kind of came up with, a typical apocalyptic scenario. Like I said, all electricity goes out. That's pretty common. And then I thought, and I'm going to need certain kinds of characters. I'm going to need a strong lead character who saves the day, who has lots of experience. And I'm going to need some, side characters, someone for her to fall in love with, who's my favorite character of all, Jackie. And it just kind of evolved from there. And I wrote it really fast because I just loved telling the story. I couldn't write it fast enough because I was telling myself the story. I take a different slant on the end of the world. These books are actually about hope and how people come together to make a new society and make it work. And it's about love and it's about trust. And so a lot of these other books and movies are kind of negative and they show the worst of people. But the Darkness trilogy shows the best of people. The characters in Darkness Falls are my favorites. I love all the characters and everything I write, but these people have stuck with me. And I didn't realize until I started writing this fourth book how much I had missed them. Taylor, Jackie, especially Jackie, and Lexi and Anna were the core four. And they're just like my best friends. They helped me become the author that I am now. And I do really see them as people in my head. What would be really cool is if I could actually take them out to dinner. That would be awesome. And especially if I could bring some people along, some fans along especially, because Taylor is my most popular character. I did a survey once and she won by a landslide. And Taylor she's a badass. She's basically a superhero and she's ex-military. She's a little on the butch side and she never gets fazed by even the end of the world. She rescues everybody. She's very strong, of course. So I love her. Her love interest is Jackie, who was the CEO of a designer magazine and is all about heels and painted nails. So she's a perfect match for Taylor, who is never, ever ruffled by anything except for Jackie. Jackie can put her off her step easily. She's that beautiful and that interesting. And then, of course, we have the second chance love people who are Lexi, who is very laid back, an author, and of all the characters I've written, and I get asked this a lot, is most like me. And then her love interest, Anna, who's a nurse practitioner who's come to town to sell her parents' house and then sees Lexi, her high school love again. And that all comes about. So yeah, they're a very interesting group. I think they'd be wonderful to have dinner with, and I think people would really enjoy meeting them. What I hope you take away from this book, and what I intended for people to take away, is that we really can, as people, rise to any challenge if we work together, and that love will conquer all, definitely. But even if the world ends, if we all go with our heart first and we stay strong, we will get through anything.